Utale Srimate Bhakti-Vikas Swaminiti Namine Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Utale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbhishresha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. All right, so we are continuing reading from Kaṭha Upaniṣad. We are on the chapter 1, part 2, and we did up to shloka 15 yesterday. So just to remind ourselves, last shloka 15 says like this: Sarva Veda Yat Padam Amananti Tapamsi Sarvani Chayad Vadanti Yad Ichanto Brahmacharyam Charanti Tatte Padam Samgrahena Bravimi Om Mityetat. Yama said, that form which all Vedas indicate and all the penances they describe to realize it, and desiring which the Brahmacharis study and maintain celibacy, shall I describe to you in brief. It is called Om. So, now this is into answer to the Nachiketa's question, that what happened in the state of moksha? What is it? What is the happening? Is it Lord there? Is he still ruling, controlling? Is still superior to Jiva, or Jiva becomes equal or merges? Does Jiva remains individual, or is disappears? Or what is it? What is the state of Jiva in moksha? So in the next two shlokas now, Yamaraj will glorify this Omkara, Pranava. He will glorify it. He explained that Lord is addressed as a Om. And yesterday we we've seen so many shlokas from Shastras explaining that Om is nobody else than Krishna, Vishnu, Narayana. There's no difference. Okay, so here the next shloka, today's shloka starts like this. Etadyevaksharam Brahma, etadyevaksharam param, etadyevaksharam gyatva, yo yat ichati tasya tat. That syllable is verily Brahman. That syllable is supreme. Upon knowing that self-same syllable, which is Vishnu, whatever one desires, it is his. So we understand that by chanting the Om, which is transcendental sound vibration, which is the name of God, which is powerful mantra of deliverance, one will reach the God. So, similarly in Shastra you get this statement that Sakshat Hari, that Guru, Sakshat Hari to Samasta Shastra. All Shastras declare the Guru is not different from Hari. In the which sense Guru is not different from Hari? In that sense that he is by meeting Guru is as good as meeting Hari, because you will get moksha, you will get deliverance, you will develop love of God, you will stop repeated birth and death. So here again, the means and the goal are the same. In this case, Om. Om is not different from the Lord. So by chanting Om, you will achieve Lord. So therefore Om is known as a Brahman. Brahman means transcendental, spiritual. So the means and the goal in this case is the same. Now, that syllable is verily Brahman. Etat devaksharam Brahma. And that eva devaksharam param. It's a supreme, and it will lead you to the supreme. That's also the means. So in spiritual process we have this, the sadhana and sadhya. The process and the goal are the same. We are practicing devotion service. And once you go to the spiritual, what you will do? You will continue devotion service. What is the goal? Goal is to go to spiritual and continuously serve, or even doesn't matter, even spiritual world. The goal is to be always engaged in Krishna service, and that's the process also. By engaging in Krishna service, you reach the goal. What is the goal? Love of God. What do you do when you love God? You engage in His service. So the sadhana and sadhya are same. So, and also, this syllable is the best for meditation. Now we understand, we have to contemplate. We were hearing mananam, nididhyasanam. We have to focus in samadhi, thinking of Lord. So this mantra is the best mean also. By chanting the Om, is the easiest to meditate on the Lord. And the result is whatever one desires, it will be attained. Now we understand those who aspire for spiritual, they have spiritual desires, they don't have material desires. So again, it should not be misunderstood, Om, Om, and bank account will be filled. Yes, spiritual bank account, you'll get credit from acharyas, from Krishna, like that. So that should not be misunderstood. So, that Aksharam is Brahma. Who is that Brahma? Again, Brahmanyo Devaki Putraha. Narayana Upanishad is quoted. The son of Devaki, Krishna, that is Brahman. He is the Brahman. And Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita. Because the that impersonalists, they always push this. Brahman is supreme, Brahman is supreme. Krishna is just embodiment of Brahman, but ultimately Brahman is supreme. But in Gita we have clear shloka, Brahmano hi pratishta aham. I am the foundation of Brahman. Pratishta. I have established the Brahman. I am that on which Brahman sits. Or I am that from where Brahman emanates. Brahmano hi pratishta aham. And yes, Brahman is amritasya, vyastasya, shashvatasya, chadharmasya, sukasya, kantikasya. These are all qualities of Brahman. But I am the foundation of Brahman. I am means Krishna. Again, you see, this is the big problem. They are messing up, They are misunderstanding all these references. So, again, in Gita, Arjuna is addressing directly Krishna. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram, Paramamaham, Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Purush. Now, how can Brahman be called Purush? Param Brahma, not Brahma, Param Brahma. Okay, you are the highest Brahman. Because then they use play with words. Saguna Brahman, Nirguna Brahman. Bogus. Brahman is Brahman, means absolute truth. Okay, Para Brahman, Para Brahman. Now, here you cannot say this type, Krishna is Suguna Brahman, Brahman with qualities which is lower, Nirguna Brahman is higher. Now here is addressed Param Brahman, Purusham, Shashvatam, eternally person also, supreme person, Divyam, transcendental. We are not talking about Krishna's great personality when he appears in material, as they think, material body, material pastimes. Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam. His body is transcendental, his pastimes are transcendental, his personality is eternal, he is eternally situated as a Parabrahman. Adi Devan, who is he one? The source of all Devatas also. Ajam, unborn, Vibhum, he is great. So, again, Krishna is described as a Brahman. All right. Vyasadeva addresses Krishna in Padma Purana. Aham drashtum ichami chakshurbyaham madhusudana yattat satyam param brahma jagad yonim jagadpatim vadanti veda shirashas chakshu nahatamestuta. Vyasadeva is asking Krishna directly as Madhusudan. Okay, O Madhusudan Krishna, the Upanishad describe you as the supreme Brahman, the absolute truth, and the creator and master of the universe. O Lord, I desire to see you with my own eyes. O Lord, please let me see you. Correct? How is going to see? Formless, avyakta, arupa, nirguna, nirakar. Hiranmayana patrana, satyasya pihita mukam. Lord, that dazzling effulgence of your brown, please remove satyasya pihita mukam, Upaniṣad says, so I can see your lotus face. So this is the thing. This is everywhere in the Vedas we understand is that the Lord is a person, Parabrahman, supreme person, Bhagavan. So this is how we have to see the shlokas in context. What is referring to? Who is supreme? Whom is Om is addressing? Om is addressing supreme person. By chanting Om, where I will reach? You will reach at the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, Narayana. This is where Om will take you. No? Yesterday we did a little half joking, half truth exercise of meditating. No? We close our eyes and when I say Brahman, hardly you can get any picture because this is just some kind of light effulgence. It took a little time. What do I, Brahman, Om, what do I think of? No? For me came one poster of Om drawn in we had college programs regularly in one room and they had big poster Om and from letters Om, the like a sun rays were going. That was I saw yesterday in my mind when you meditate, So we know Brahman is spiritual manifestation of impersonal aspect of the Lord, His energy. Yasya prabhavato jagadandakoti. From Him, all the effulgence comes. Millions of jivas comes from the Lord's body as a Brahman effulgence. Vaikuntha planets, they emanate this eternal light, Brahma Jyoti. This is the first aspect of absolute truth. Vadantis tu tadvida. Was it? Vadantis tu tattvavidas. Tattvam, yaj jnanam advayam. Brahmeti paramatmeti bhagavan iti shabdat. There is another meaning of Om, refers to Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. So ultimately is Bhagavan, personality of God. No? Localized aspect is Paramatma, and all pervading aspect is Brahma Jyoti. So here again, what is Brahman? Para-Brahman. Madhusudan, Krishna. No? And Vyasa say, I want to see you. You are the Para-Brahman. Now we are Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi. I'm Brahman means I'm spirit soul, I'm spiritual energy of the Lord. I'm not material, but I'm not supreme also. Aham Brahman, Aham Brahmasmi, I'm Brahman. You are Brahman, we are all Brahman in the sense we are eternal, we are spiritual, we are nothing to do with material world. But I'm not Para-Brahman. I'm not, what is that? Jagat Yonim. I'm not the source of all universe. I'm not giving birth to all of Jagat Patim. I'm not controller of everyone. Obviously, I'm conditioned. Obviously, I'm Brahman, which could be covered by Maya. But Krishna cannot be covered by Brahman. Therefore, Para-Brahman. Okay, so anyway, this is how it goes. He was describing the glories of the Omkara. And then next shloka too. Etad alambanam sreshtam, etad alambanam param, etad alambanam gyatva, brahma loke mahiyate. The Vishnu is the highest resort. He is the supreme refuge. Knowing that refuge, one is glorified by entrance into the spiritual world. So now this alambanam means support or refuge. In this shloka is translated as a refuge. No, etad alambanam sreshtam. Because that Om Pranava is not different from the Lord. We understand the Lord is the ultimate shelter, the supreme refuge. Knowing that refuge, etad alambanam gyatva brahma loka mahiyate. Just by knowing what is the supreme shelter of everyone, you achieve that shelter. Okay, by knowing that goal is Vishnu, Krishna, knowing that goal is spiritual world, you achieve the spiritual world. How can you achieve without knowing it? And obviously, if you know the spiritual world and spiritual Lord, you'll become naturally attracted. This is our Swarupa, this is our eternal position. No? So, without knowing where we are going, what is the goal of life, what is the process, without knowing Sambandha, Abhideya and Prayojana, it's very difficult to do any progress in spiritual life. Sambandha, I'm spirit soul, eternal, servant of Krishna. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Our relationship is that of devotion. Loving exchanges, Prabhupada said. So, how do we do that? Devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtan, Vishnu, Smaranam, that is Abhideya. The process, how to reach Him. And then what is the goal? Prema, Pumartha Mahan. Prema, love of God is the ultimate goal. And also, you may say, spiritual world is the ultimate goal. That's also included in Prayojana, the ultimate goal. Go to spiritual world where you live eternal life in the service of the Lord. That is explained. So now, the shloka, if you put His supreme refuge, if you explain alambanam as support, then goes like this. The syllable is best support, alambana, for meditation. Now when you chant, if you chant Om, it will give you better result. This is the best support for your meditation. Chanting of the Om. Why? Because it's transcendental sound, vibration. It's not different from the Lord. It's Lord's name. So every mantra starts with Om. Then Phalam is fructified. That is Lord's arrangement. He Himself made it like that. Meditation using pranava is the best. Knowing about this, one becomes glorified in the spiritual world. Or one achieves the spiritual world. So these are little alternative readings. Alright. So then we'll go to next shloka. So these two shloka, Brahma glorifies the Om. And now he goes back to the person who is practicing this. So look at this shloka 18. Familiar, sounds familiar. Na jayate mriyate va vipaschin, nayam kutaschina babhua kaschit, ajanitya shashvato yam purano, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. No? It's 90% same like shloka in this. Confirm, 90% same like the shloka in Bhagavad Gita. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. So, the knower from the previous shloka, one who knows the Brahman, one who chants the Akshara Pranava mantra, no? He is not born and does not die. Na jayate mriyate va vipaschin. Jiva never came into being. Jiva is unborn, eternal, continuous, and ancient. Ajanitya shashriyam purana. Na hanyate hanyamane sharya. Jiva is not destroyed, though body is destroyed. So, now, yeah, this is the shloka from Gita. Na jayate mriyate va kadachin. At any time. Nayam bhutva bhavita vanabhuya. Did not come into existence, is not coming now, it will not be coming into existence. You see, we say, for the sake of explaining the relationship between Jiva and God, we say God created souls. But it did not happen really in the frame of time, because we were really never created by God. But that doesn't mean because we are not created by God, that doesn't, we have nothing to do with God. No, we are eternally existing. Mama evamsho jiva loke, jiva bhuta sanata. Eternally we are his part and parcel. But it never happened in course of time. That, now we were created. If there is a time where we are created, that means it could be time when we are destroyed also. But we are eternally existing. We are eternally existing as a part and parcel of soul. We say God created us in the sense we have relation with God, that he is the creator and we are the created. Or we are his energy, we depend on him. But not exactly literally. So it's a simple point, it's not difficult to understand. So now the jiva is described of having difference from the body and being eternal. Okay. Why this is now coming in this discussion? No? You see, it matches. Nachiketa asks, is there life after that? Now Yama is explaining there is life after that. No, what Yama is explaining, even conditioned jiva is eternal and free from birth and death. What to speak of liberated jiva? No? Even conditioned soul. Body is dying, soul is not dying. Soul is of that nature. Now he is refining to understand what jivas do in spiritual world. He explains the nature of jiva. And he explains, even in conditioned place, body is going through all these changes, but jiva is always eternally there. What to speak of liberated jiva? Where is the question of being dying or being changing or being... None of these influences the eternal soul, the changes of the body. So Srila Prabhupada explained this difference. You see here, Najayate Mriyate Kadachin, but here the word is Vipaschin. Prabhupada immediately points out, the meaning and purport of this verse is the same as in Bhagavad Gita, but here in this verse there is one specific word, Vipaschin, which means learn it or with knowledge. The soul is full of knowledge or full always with consciousness. Therefore, consciousness is the symptom of the soul. Even if one does not find the soul within the heart where he is situated, one can still understand the presence of soul simply by presence of consciousness. So this is very important for us to understand that how do you know soul is in the body? Very scientific proof that soul is in the body. The symptom of soul is vipaschit, awareness, knowledge, consciousness. So I'm talking to you, you are nodding head. You are conscious. Atma is there. No? This table, I knock, but this feeling, willing, thinking, awareness, no response, no consciousness. Correct? So the vipaschit, that when we see symptoms of consciousness, we understand soul is present because the consciousness is linked to the soul. When you see the tree is growing, it's alive, it's growing because soul is there. Consciousness is there. Tree is not PhD, okay? We will not answer all your questions. But it grows, it's showing symptoms of life. No? Body cannot grow without soul. When soul leaves the body, even small baby born, if soul leaves the body will not grow. You can put it in any kind of incubator or whatever, modern science has to save your life of the babies. But if Atma leaves the body will not grow. So this is so important to understand. Whenever you see consciousness, you understand soul is there. Whereas animal, consciousness is there. Yes, consciousness is there. Awareness is there. Life is there. No? You can see even the plant on the construction. I don't know how the seed comes on top of the construction. On the top of the water tank, some crow brought some seeds from the banyan tree. Now we have banyan tree growing on the top of our water tank, 30 feet above the ground. And the seed, the bija, the soul is there and finds the way to grow. No? It's amazing. If soul is not there, it cannot grow. Why we are going to the forest and always rule is collect the dry trees. Don't cut the tree. No? Whatever is broken down by thunderbolt or by old age or by whatever, elephant, those dry trees you collect. They are dead. They are dry. You can see that juices are coming out and becomes light and is dead. Won't give leaves, won't give fruits, won't give, won't grow. No? So even in those dull bodies, consciousness is there. It's not manifested as in human body. No? But still consciousness is there. This is the big problem with other religions. One of the religions, they say that humans have a soul, animals do not have soul. So you can kill them. Why animals do not have soul? Animals may not have such a good intelligence like humans, no? But they are also moving, they are also feeling, they are also reproducing, they are also growing. They're also crying, they're also hungry. They're showing all symptoms of consciousness. Not super developed, but consciousness is there. So unless they understand this vipaschit word, that Atma is vipaschit, not the body is dead. No? Body is matter. No? You cut your hair, you cut your nail. Oh, part of me is gone now. I feel incomplete. You don't feel anything about it, no? No? Unless you are mental, you want to have your nice nails and nice hairstyle, so if you shave, you may feel ill due to attachment to the body. It's the same like you lose car, you lose pen, you lose your shirt, so you feel bad. But that's not you. No? So, anyway, this vipaschit is very important, and then therefore we can see, whatever we see, wherever we see life, consciousness, we understand soul is there. Therefore, based on that, ahimsa. Based on that understanding, the soul is there, don't kill, don't disturb, it's a sinful, based on this understanding. Otherwise they say there is no soul, so you kill. Modern science, what do they say? Life is combination of chemicals. Chemicals combine themselves into chemicals that can reproduce themselves. And where is the proof of it? We are working on it. Last 2,000 years we are working on it. So, sometimes we do not find the sun in the sky, Prabhupada gives example, owing to clouds or for some other reason. But the light of the sun is always there, and we are convinced that it is there for daytime. No? Like now, we cannot say sun, but it's daytime, correct? If you follow simple logic, no? There's no sun, it's nighttime. Nighttime, temple is closed. Why I have to sit on the class? Let me go home and sleep. No? But because of presence of light, we understand sun is there. Because of presence of consciousness, although I cannot see, where is soul? I'm seeing consciousness, soul is there. No? When doctor comes and checks pulse, no pulse, they put little cotton under your nose, you're not breathing. Oh, soul is gone. Body is dead, body is not responsive, no symptoms of consciousness. They declare you dead, you're dead. There are symptoms. Consciousness is visible. As soon as there is little light in the sky early in the morning, we can understand that the sun is in the sky. Similarly, since there is some consciousness in all bodies, whether man or animal, we can understand the presence of the soul. This consciousness of the soul is, however, different from the consciousness of the Supreme, because the Supreme Consciousness is all knowledge, past, present and future. Now, this is again immediately distinction between Lord's Parabrahman and us, Brahman. That he is all-pervading. I am not all-pervading. My consciousness pervades this body. I know only how much L4, L5 are giving trouble while you give in class. You do not know. But I do not know your problems with your body. But God knows, He's in every one of us also. He knows everybody. He knows everybody. The consciousness of the individual soul is prone to be forgetful. When he is in forgetful of his real nature, he obtains education and enlightenment from the superior lessons of Krishna. But Krishna is not like the forgetful soul. If so, Krishna's teaching on Gita would be useless. So that again, we are coming to that point. We are bound by the shackles of material nature. Unless somebody is free, somebody is above it, we cannot get liberated. Somebody free has to come. So Krishna, Supreme Lord, he is not conditioned soul. He was not forced to take his birth like us by karma. By his own sweet will he appears. That is called avatar. No? So this is all explained by Srila Prabhupada here. And again, we understand that Shvetashvatara Upaniṣad says that Jiva is without birth. Gya, Gya, Gyau, Dvau, Ajau, Ishan, Isho. The two, the Lord and the ignorant Jiva, are born. Both are unborn, Ajau. Both are unborn. Okay, but look, two are described. If we are all one, and if it's only one Brahman, why Shvetashvatara Upaniṣad said two are unborn? Unborn is one. So the Mayavada says. But look at this. Gyagyao, Dvao, Ishan, Ishao. Because we are controller of this body, he is controller of all the world. I'm not supreme controller. I control something. I have some desire. By my desire, I'm getting my karma. Definitely, I have some control over my pious and impious activities. I have a choice. I'm conscious, I'm individual, no? But the two, knowing Lord and ignorant Jiva, Gya, Agyao. Exactly what Prabhupada said, no? Gya, one who knows, Agya, one who doesn't know. Forgetful Jiva. Jiva, because it's Brahman, but doesn't have the potency like the Lord, doesn't have the same quantity like a Lord, is prone to come in forgetfulness. No? Gyao, Agyao. One is all-knowing, one is not knowing everything. Dvao, two of them, Ajao, both are unborn. So we are eternal, but we are not all-knowing, we are not all-pervading, we are not equal in every respect to God. We are always learning this, no? Quality is the same and quantity is different. No, quality of that we were discussing. I'll say another example. Prabhupada said another example. The golden ring and the gold in the mine. Quality is same. But be owner of the golden ring or be owner of golden mine, there's a big difference because of quantities, correct? So it's not the same. Simultaneously same and different. No? So this is our philosophy, simultaneously one and different. So once we had the two Madhvas family on Gita seminar and we had exam that soul is answer A, B, C, D. A, equal to God in qualities and the quantity. Mayavad, no? B, equal in quality, different in quantity, which is what we teach. C, different in quality, different in quantity. So you can understand Madhva's teaching, all the Madhvas answer, different in quality, different in quantity. Soul is different, duality is there, Jiva is different, Paramatma is different. No? So I try to explain, that no, some qualities are same. Even qualities are not the same. Because of 64 qualities of Krishna, Jiva can come up to 50. So if you really want to go to anatomical, philosophical details like Madhvacharya, then you understand. He is right. Even qualities are not same. We are eternal, God is eternal. Correct? That is very same. But not all qualities could be achieved. That's not possible. No? Unless by mercy of the Lord. No? So we understand that God has these other qualities, like He is the creator of the universe, He is all providing, He enters into hearts of everyone. None of these are Jiva's qualities. And they are not going to be. It's not possible. Yeah? So anyway, we had a little bit of that pastimes. I was laughing. Definitely Madhva's followers. No quality, no quantity. Jiva is different by any means, But if Jiva is absolutely different, if there is no link between Lord and the Jiva, if there is no similarity, there will be no question of developing bhakti. There is no basis of understanding that I feeling attachment to Lord's feet. I'm missing the Lord. And Lord also expressed, Arjun, I was missing you. Where have you been? I like to spend time with all Pandavas came to Hastinapur, but Krishna will go daily with Arjun on horse rides and doing different things. There is Bhaktosime, Priyosime, Sakhacheti. So if you are completely different from the Lord, there is no question of developing love. We will not be understanding each other. I'm different by nature, object, you are completely something else. Then there is no relationship. So for bhakti must be some similarity. That I'm person, you are person. I have tendency to love. Anandamaya bhyasat. I have this feeling to get pleasure. You have feeling to get pleasure. I feel nice in your company. You feel nice in my company. It is understood. The loving exchanges between Lord and Jiva are based on some similarities. No? And devotees, they go that step ahead. That when Rukmini said to Krishna, you cannot understand your devotees, you cannot understand how much your devotees are attached to your lotus feet because you are God. And Krishna said, I'm God, that means I can understand everything. And she said, no, you cannot, you are God. You cannot understand what your lotus feet means for your devotee. How can you understand? You are God. Then Lord comes, Bhakta Rupa Swarupakam. He comes as a devotee to relish that feeling. How devotees have that love for their Lord. That also he came to test. That's Bhagavan. Everything is known to him. You see that? This is amazing, actually, that Bhagavan comes as his devotee. This is inconceivable. No? Okay, so here Madhva's comment on this shloka that I'll just show you shloka again, so we are back. That in this way it is stated that the one who attains Brahmaloka will not have birth and death. Birth and death penetrate to body only. The liberated has no gross body. There is no birth and death for Jiva Swarupa either, during bondage or when liberated. Because Krishna is eternal, the Jiva is also eternal because we are his part and parcel. Mama Evamsha Jiva Loke. So he explains in that sense that what to speak of liberated Jivas. Even the conditioned soul doesn't know what is birth and death. It's illusion imposed on us when we identify with the body, And then continues discussion. Yama then continues explaining. Hanta chen manyate hantum, hatasche manyate hatam, upautau na vijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. Again, shloka from Bhagavad Gita. You seen that? It's just direct shlokas, no? If one thinks he is a killer or he thinks that he has been killed when his body is killed, he does not know the nature of Atma. The Atma does not kill another Atma and is not killed also. You cannot kill the soul. It's not possible. So this is Gita shloka, look. Yainam beti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubautau na vijanito nayam hanti na hanyate. Again, same meaning. Neither he who thinks that living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it slains is in knowledge. For the self slays not, nor is slain. Killing. No? Because all is eternal. It's so simple. So this is essential to understand that we are eternal. And therefore, we belong to spiritual eternal world. Therefore, we are looking for eternal activities. Therefore, no material thing can satisfy the soul. Therefore, we are suffering in the material realm, which is very unnatural for the spirit soul. This is Prabhupada said, just simple examples, but so sublime. Take fish out of the water. It's not in his own natural environment. You can give her another fish, you can give her a bank account, you can give whatever you want to give, it will never be satisfied. So similarly, Atma, we belong to Krishna, we belong to spiritual world. We are meant to exchange love with Krishna. So first teaching is this. First teaching about the soul. We are not this body, we are spirit soul, we are eternal, we are conscious, we are part and parcel of Krishna. And that you will find all over the Upanishads, that sublime information. We are the spirit soul, we are not this body. Without this understanding, there's no question of spiritual life. There's no question of spiritual life. Big misunderstandings. You think we are taking it for granted because so many times we heard Prabhupada speaking, we are not this body, we are not this body. But most of people, they don't get it. Even spiritual people. Look at the Christians. Some of Jewish also. Some of them believe that, okay, we are soul. Soul is within the body. And what happens when body dies? Body is eaten from, what is that? From earth to earth, from ashes to ashes. All right. But they believe. But when Jesus comes again, when he comes again, it is said, they say, it is said in the Bible that on first one whom he sees, glance upon, they will arise from the earth. So all of them, they wanted to put their body in Jerusalem because this is predicted that Lord was crucified there, so he disappeared there, so he may appear there. So all of them, they want to bury their body around that hill where Jesus was crucified. So when he comes again, they will be first one to resurrect. Resurrect in what? In the same body. What a ignorance. You go and open your coffin and see what is position of body. You resurrect in the spiritual body, not in the gross material body. Zombies will be walking around. You see what a ignorance, what a ignorance. And this is, people die in America and they send a coffin and they have to be buried under the hill there in Jerusalem. Many Jewish people, Christians, they have full faith in this is what will happen. They're not Jewish. Jewish are not into it. But the Christians, they believe like that. Body. They didn't understand. Body has to die. Soul will not die. Come on. There is a spiritual body. So we are happy. We are saved by hearing from Shastra clear explanation. Okay, here you go. Chandogya Upaniṣad. Jivo petam vava kiledam mriyate na jivo mriyate. The body which the jiva accepts dies, but the jiva does not die. Therefore, na shochati na kankshati. Therefore, you don't lament. And you can see spiritual people, somebody dies, we also feel bad because that jiva atma went somewhere else, will not see him. But we know he did not die because soul cannot die. So that lamentation is different nature. And somebody is so advanced, you feel, he went home back to Godhead. What is there to lament? And we have kirtan and we have feast. We celebrate. Personally, individually, we lament. We are going to miss his association. But we know he is with Krishna. What is there to lament? No? Karmis, they can't understand. They think that's it. I'll never see him. He's gone. He's dead forever. And that hurts them so much, causes so much suffering. Ignorance is cause of suffering. Knowledge is cause of happiness. Unless we understand these basic fundamental points. And look at Upanishad everywhere. Jiva petam vava kiledam mriyate. Na jiva mriyate. You cannot die. We are not going to die. And if you don't understand this, that all your lifestyle is based on one life only. You have one life and live it now. Live in a moment. Forget morality, forget rules, regulations, forget next life. Who has seen next life? Forget God, forget karma, just now. Eat, sleep, get married, enjoy, steal, beg, borrow, whatever. Enjoy your senses. Because life is one. There's no soul, there's no God, there's no... What a ignorance. And then you act like a monkey. You act like an animal. You act irresponsibly. You don't care. Why should you care? Therefore, killing somebody for you is nothing. No? Killing animals, no problem. Killing humans, no problem. Somehow, get the land, get the money, get the possession, become enjoyer. No? Madness due to ignorance. Madness. No? And then identify with body. I'm Pakistani, you are Hindustani, I'll kill you. No? Identify with the body, identify with country of birth, identify with I'm man, I'm male, I'm female, I'm black, I'm white. What a ignorance, what a suffering is in this world. So much suffering due to this one simple thing they cannot understand. I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. This one line from Gita, one line from Upanishads can change life of millions of people. We are souls, we are all servants of God, we are all brothers and sisters, and all are sons of God. You have white body, I have black body, you have tall body, I have fat body, who cares? You are driving different car, I'm driving different car. That's all. Cars are changing, I'll crash this car, drive another car. No? So that vision of seeing Vidya Vinaya Sampanam, Brahmane Gavya, Shuni Chaiva Shupakecha, Pandita Samadarshina, that's so important. Then all life can be changed, but ignorance is now all pervading. Again, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Savayam Purusho Jayamana Shariram Abhisam Padyamana Utkramam Mriyamanana. Being born, the jiva enters the body, and on dying, leaves the body. This is the secret of life and death. When you are born, you enter the body. When you die, you come out of the body. But you do not change. What a relief. Man, we are not this body, no? What a relief, Can you imagine I'm this body? I mean, that I am this body. It's a horrible thing to identify like that, no? Then you die. Everything is gone. Everything is gone. Oh, doctor, let me not die. Pay anything to scientists. Freeze my body. In 60s, 70s, scientists, they promise so much that very soon scientists will be so advanced that will make you alive. No? So people who had money, they will put their bodies in the fridges, freezers. So when in 30, 40, 50 years, when science advances, they will put life back to the body. Those who didn't have so much money, scientists at least keep the brain. So they had cut their head, and heads are in the fridge, Hare Krishna. What a ignorance. This is unbelievable. There's no limit to the... Ignorance is all-pervading. They say, I'm Brahman, I'm Brahman. Avidya is all-pervading, Okay. Now, of course, there is also something, warning is given here. Prabhupada discusses also. Now, if you read a shloka, if one thinks he is killer, or he thinks that he has been killed when his body is killed, he does not know the nature of Atma. The Atma does not kill another Atma and is not killed. So we can go on killing, because soul cannot be killed. And Krishna used this as an argument to convince Arjuna, you fight, you can't kill your grandfather. Atma is not killed, body is killed. Anyway, they have old bodies, they'll get new bodies, they'll get good bodies, they're pious people. They'll leave body in the Kurukshetra, they'll go to heaven. Krishna was bluffing, they went to Vaikuntha. But, you see the understanding. So now you should not go and just kill around, based on this. Because anyway, soul cannot be killed, Oh, what is your problem? I have little back pain. Don't worry. Boom, change the body. What's the problem? So you cannot do that also, So therefore, the warning is, Ma himsyat sarva bhutani, do not hurt any living being. That is given in Vedas, Because that's also papam, that's also disturbance, That cardinal was discussing, when Christian priest was discussing with Prabhupada, and they were discussing, why you are killing animals, why you are killing animals. So he said, what's the problem? I mean, the animals have no soul. So Prabhupada explained, the animals also feeling, No. Prabhupada said, but do you understand, it's disturbance. Even if I'm not the body, even soul cannot be killed. Still is disturbance killing my body. And man is arguing, how is it? What is the problem? What is the problem? And Prabhupada says, simple example. Just like you live in the house, and I come and destroy your house. I don't touch you, but I damage your house. Is it not disturbance? Oh no, this is disturbance, this is disturbance. That's the point. Body is given to perform dharma. No? Jivasya tattva jigyasa. That human form particularly is very simple to kill, because in human form you can understand God. So when you kill, you are harming that soul's opportunity to realize God and stop repeated birth and death in this lifetime. So it's a sinful. And any life. Somebody is in the body of dog. He has to be for 7 years in the body of dog. Now if you kill him, he has to take again birth as a dog and finish his quota suffering before he takes birth again in the human form and get again opportunity to stop repeated birth and death. So even if we kill mosquito, we are harming him, we are stopping, we are prolonging this jiva's travels, transmigration to the higher bodies where he can understand the soul. They are suffering, fine. That is because of karma. One suffering is over, they again, slowly they will come life after life from lower species to higher species, they will take birth as a human. From monkeys, people in Tamagun are born. From tigers, wild animals, lions, you get people in Rajagun, and from cows, people in Sattvagun are born. Okay, now don't misunderstand all these statements. So, this is disturbance. So now, after describing jivas in these two shloka, Yamaraj is describing the Supreme Lord, who is the source of all jivas. And this is another famous shloka from Kaṭha Upaniṣad. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atmasya janto nihito guhayam tam akratuf pashyati vita shoko dhatu prasadan mahimanam atmanaha. Anoraniyan. Okay, the Supreme Personality of God is smaller than the smallest and greater than the greatest. He resides within the jiva. One who has become free from all material desires as well as lamentation can, by the grace of Supreme, understand the glories of His. Now, we are discussing what happens in liberated stage. First thing is, you understand, I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. Now, Supreme Lord is Atma of the Atma. He is Supreme Controller, Maintainer. Understand His nature. Come out of this material world. Once you come, then you see what is the relationship in the eternal liberated stage. So here, we understand that Aniyan, Anor Aniyan. Jiva is already described. What we were yesterday discussing, Shatabhagasya, the 100th part of the tip of the hair. But here, Aniyan, Anor, what is the smallest? Jiva, Aniyan. Lord is even smaller. Why? Because He enters into heart of that soul. And greater than the greatest. Mahato Mahiyan. Now, some of the interpreters, they say, this shloka refers to Jiva also. Because first two shlokas refer to Jiva, Anor Aniyan. Of all small things, the Atma is the smallest. But then they get stuck with next line, Mahato Mahiyan. What do you do with this one? No? Or greatness is in the sense that is spirit. All right. No? Atmasya jantor nihito guhayam. Okay, we'll see. Let's see the explanations here. Okay. Now look at this. Look at this shloka. Anoraniyan mahato mahiyan natma guhyam nihitosya janto tam akrutam pashati vita shoko dhatu prasada mahimasam isham. Now this is from Shvetashvatara Upanishad. But it's not exactly the same shloka. Natma guhyam nihitosya jantor. Here is said atmasya jantor nihito guhayam. But meaning is same. But here mahimanam atmanaha. Okay, one will know the glories of that self. Atma is also Lord. In Shastra, Atma can be Jiva, Atma can be body, Atma can be mind. Four things are addressed as Atma. So Shvetashvatara Upanishad is more clear in that sense. Mahimasam Isham. You will know greatness of that Supreme Lord who is controller. So it's little, you can see Isham, the Supreme Lord. So same, smaller than the smallest, greater than the greatest is the super soul situated in the heart of every creature. When one sees him as untainted by material activity, he becomes free from sorrow. When you understand that Lord is transcendental, you become transcendental. That is the power of spiritual association. No? When you come near the fire, you become like a fire. You start feeling heat and then, you pick up those qualities. So, now, here, it is saying that Atmasya jantor nihito guhayam. Jantor means Jiva. Atmasya jantor nihito guhayam. He is hidden in the heart of Jiva. Lord in the heart. Okay. Now we know Atma is in the heart. Now we are hearing Lord is in the heart. Oh, Atma is in the heart, Lord is in the heart. I am the Lord in the heart. This is the problem. You are laughing because you are devotees. But many people have this big problem. No? They are not seeing two things in the heart. They are seeing one thing in the heart. No? Shastra says, Nihito guhayam. I am the self. Atmanaha. Mahimanam atmanaha. No? So this is very contradictory. First, okay, let's see what Shastra says. Who is in the heart? Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Eko deva sarva bhuta shugudaha. Eko deva. Eko deva. Now he is not speaking Eko Bhuta. Eko Deva Sarva Bhuta Shugudaha. He is one Lord, but resided within all living entities. Eko Deva, one Lord, Sarva Bhuteshu Gudaha is in heart of everyone. Gopal Tapani Upanishad continues, Sau Sarva Bhutatma Gopalaha. Gopal is the soul of all beings. That who is the Deva? Gopal. Immediately answer is there. Huh? Now you see this. Mundaka Upanishad, Shvetashvatara Upanishad explain this. Samana Vrikshi Purusho Nimagno Nishaya Shochati Muhyamana Jushtam Yada Pashyati Anyam Isham Asya Mahiman Iti Vitishok. Vitashok. Although the two birds are in the same tree, the eating bird is fully engrossed with anxiety and moroseness as the enjoyer of the fruits of the tree. But if in some way or other he turns his face to his friend who is the Lord and knows his glories, at once the suffering bird becomes free from all anxiety. Two birds in the same tree means two souls in the same heart. One is Paramatma, one is Atma. But Paramatma is Anumanta, Upadrishta, witness and sanctioner of our activity. He is not enjoying karma phalam. Jiva is enjoying karma phalam, trying bitter, trying sweet, trying this, trying that, and in one moment realizes there is no happiness in material world. Then turns to the closest friend in the heart, Paramatma. And then in that moment, once you realize that Paramatma, that relationship, Jiva becomes free from repeated birth and death. So look, two birds in the same tree. Samana Vrikshi Purushoni Magno. It's quite clear. Okay, let's see the translation of the shloka by word. Akratuhu. Here you can see I can't give all the text all the time. Here I'm supposed to read this. Okay. Aho, Ano, smallest. Anyan, the smallest. Mahata, the great. Mahiyan, greater. Na, not Atma. Guham, in the heart. Nihita, remaining. Asya, of him. Jantor, the living entity. Tam, him. Akratum, free from material desires. Akratum has other meanings also, will come in a moment there. Pashyati, sees. Vita, free. Shoka, from lamentation. Dhatuhu, the creator. Prasadat, by mercy of creator. Mahiman, the glorious Isham of the Supreme Lord. By mercy of the Lord you can get him. And Kratum, Akratum, free from material desires. But Akratum can be also divided in Sanskrit differently. Akratu, Kratu, and A. Kratu means believer, and A refers to Akara, Vishnu. Thus the reading is, those one who has firm faith in Vishnu and understands that he is the soul of the soul becomes free from lamentation. So immediately how you split the Sanskrit. Because in Devanagari is really one long train of the letters, so you can split according to the dhatu, according to the root word. So this is translation. Atmasya Jantor, Ranga Ramanuja, he says, Atmasya Jantor, the Lord who is smaller than the Jiva, which is smallest of all other objects, he is in the Jiva's heart, enters and controls it. Now again, that person who is in the heart, that Paramatma in the heart, is there as a controller. Soon as the Lord is in the heart means, I'm witness, I'm controller. And we know this. Ishvara Sarabhutanam Hridashya Arjuna Tishtati. I'm supreme Ishvara. Ishvara means controller. Ishvara Sarabhutanam Hridashya Arjuna Tishtati. In heart of everyone, I am sitting as a controller. Brahmaya Sarabhutan Yanda Rudrani Maya. I direct Maya to give bodies to everyone. Maya Dyakshena Prakriti. Suyati Sacharacham. Hetu Nanakam. Jagat Viparivartate. Under my direction, Maya is giving the bodies. Okay? Then we have now you see, this is important. They all the time misunderstanding this. They are pushing, no, this is belong to soul, where you are bringing the Lord in the heart. But look at this. Ishvara Sarabhutaram Hridashya Arjuna Tishtati. Controller is in the heart. I'm not controller, it's so obvious. No? And then what is that dhatu? Dhatu prasadan. Dhatu means one who creates. I didn't create all the universe. No, you did, but you just forgot the temporary. No, it's crazy, you know. And then what do? By whose mercy you're delivering yourself then? By your own mercy. What is your altar looking like? It's a big mirror. You come in front of the mirror, see yourself and do your puja. What are you doing? What is the point? By self. Dhatu prasadat means what then in this shloka? No? By Lord's mercy you can get there. Actually, when we were kids in Europe, they tell us, for kids some stories are there. Here you have these Panchatantras and Puranic stories and Mahabharata, Ramayana, like that, which are full of meanings and teachings. But we have some funny stories for entertainment in the West. I remember there was a German book, what is it called? The Adventure of Baron Minhausen. Baron Minhausen is an imaginary figure who does all kinds of unusual things. So kids, they like it very much because it's surreal. It doesn't fit to the logic or anything. It's entertaining. So Baron Minhausen, I'll tell you a story from what I remember hearing the story. One day he was riding on the horse, okay, and going here, going there. He wanted to. Anyway, he sunk in the quicksand, some other wet mud or quicksand. Then horse and him start sinking down. Okay. So, now he is the figure, he is the central hero of the book, so he cannot die, something wonderful he must do, no? He must do something wonderful. So he's looking left, there's no trees, there's no rope, there's nobody around to call, He's looking right, he's looking up, looking down. And they are sinking, him and the horse, they are sinking. And then he's narrating the stories. Baron Minhausen. He said, then at that moment, I saved myself and horse. How? By pulling myself for the hair. I pull myself and horse out. This is what these Mayavadis are speaking, that Dhatu Prasadan. By my mercy, I will save myself. Because to whom you are offering prayers? To the self. Who is helping you? Lord, please help us. Self only. So Mayavadis are like this. Pulling themselves. It's physically impossible, you understand that, no? He pulled himself and horse out by pulling himself for the... It's a crazy idea. It's a madness. It's a madness to think that they do puja to the deities, Mayavadis, and they think, actually, it's me, it's the self. No? It's a horrible offense. It's so crazy to think. You are worshipping the Lord, thinking I'm worshipping myself. They are really into puja. Puja means, worship means to please somebody else, not to please yourself, no? It's a madness, no? So Krishna is supreme controller. Again, that is confirmed. Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishto. Again, Krishna says, I am in the heart. Mata smriti jnanam apohanam cha. I am regulator. I am regulating your memory, your knowledge, your forgetfulness, everything I'm regulating. Vedesha sar aham eva vedyo. I am that one to be known from the Vedas. Even Vedanta, you are discussing so much. Vedanta krit veda videva chaham. I compile Vedanta. I know what the Vedanta is talking about because I'm the author. No. How? This is so funny. We had a young artist. It's a modern art. Anyway, some abstract paintings he did. So he did his first gallery exhibition in the city, was there. And he's young, that time, those days, when we were a little younger. So we went, few of us friends, we went to meet him. So gallery is there, full of people, this, that, So he's dressed normally, he's just, space out dress. You can't notice among a group who is the painter of all these paintings. So we are standing and joking, and just below one of his paintings, one elder lady, she's professor in arts college. She came. She brought few students, and she's explaining, wow, in this painting you can see the red color showing the passion, that enthusiasm the painter has for life, and the black one will show the obstacles, and the boys who painted and looking, wow. I was thinking something else. So who knows better than the painter what is the painting representing? Vedanta krit, Vedavid. I compile Vedanta. I know what's the meaning of Vedanta, Baba. You don't tell what's the goal of Vedanta. Because for them, Vedanta, God has no qualities, no form, no this and no that. We have to hurry, no time. We are conditioned souls. Okay, so that's the point, that he is controller. Again, that point. Dhatu prasadat, now see this. Machita sara durgani mad prasadat arishyasi. Atecha chetvam ahankaram na shrosi vinakshasi. By my mercy, all difficulties, machita, if you are conscious of me, sarva durgani, all difficulties, mad prasadat arishyasi, you will be free by my mercy. No? Again, whose mercy? To whom you are offering prayers? Why all these tutis? Why all these suktas are there? Prayers. Everybody is offering prayer. Devatas are offering prayer. Rishis are offering prayer. Devotees are offering prayer. Asuras are praying for the boons, Baba. Who is there to reciprocate? Myself. There's one day, one of the ISKCON gurus, he was brahmachari and he was guru. And they asked him difficult question. There's some mess, so disciple asked, how will Guru get, if Guru does something wrong, is he affected or he is not affected? Will he get reaction or not? So this Guru is a very simple person. Yeah, you are Guru, everybody touch your feet to get purified. So if you mess up something, just touch your own feet. He was joking. So he wanted to say, just because you're Guru doesn't mean you can do any nonsense and you will not get reaction, Because you're Guru, you just touch your own feet. No, everybody's touching your feet, getting purified. So if you mess up something, just... So this is what Mayavadis teach. Machita sara durgani mat prasada tarishasi. Whose mercy? My own mercy. It's a madness how they can misinterpret, no? Okay, here again, just for the record. Anumanta upadrishta. Yet in this body there is another transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the Supreme Proprietor, who exists as the overseer, upadrishta, and permitter, Anumanta, and who is known as the Super Soul. No? Another in the soul. Again we are getting two Atmas are in the body. One is Atma, one is Paramatma. Okay, now Prabhupada explained another aspect of this Anyan Mahato Mahiyan. Very interesting. The Lord is smaller than the smallest and greater than the greatest. Now Prabhupada says, how Lord is smaller than the smallest? He is smaller than smallest in form of living entities and greater than the greatest in his own form. Now because the Jiva is also Krishna's expansion. In that way, Shakti Matora Bedaha. So Jiva as Lord. Now, I'm looking at you, but Krishna is also looking at you. He's in my heart. He can, whatever I experience, he experienced through my body also. So he is everywhere present through the Jivas. So Jiva is smallest. As a Jiva, he is the smallest as his own form. Vamana, bigger than the biggest. No? So this is another aspect. You see, Sanskrit is like this. You can explain, but should be in accordance with Guru, Sadhu Shastra, should be in accordance with Parampara. If there were no one to control, there would be no meaning of conception of Supreme Controller Ishvara. Just as there is no meaning of king without subjects. So that's the point. That who Anumanta Upadrishta to whom? To yourself. Who is controlling you? How can I control myself? I cannot control myself. Therefore I am suffering. But I am controlled by modes of material nature. Correct? If only self is controller, then I'll stop my hair growing. Why I have to shave all the time? Stop it. From today, you hair, follow what I say. I'm Ishwar. Yeah. That's why I call Vaman 4:30 to come and shave me. I can't stop it. No? So where is then why this term Ishwar, controller, is there? Is nobody to control there? There really, if you take this explanation that Atma is only one and there is no supreme soul, no supreme controller, that we are that one supreme, then all Vedic literature becomes confusing and contradictory. It doesn't make any sense, no? If all the subjects became king, there will be no distinction between king and ordinary citizen. Thus, for the Lord to be supreme controller, there must be creation to control. The basic principle for existence of living entities, chit vilas, or spiritual pleasure. Now Prabhupada goes on explaining what is that control of the Lord. The Jiva is controlled. What is the nature of being controlled? In material world, we know. When you say control, means I'm punished. But also we know that by good things, you'll get punya, you'll get good phalam. By pious deeds, you go to heaven. But here, what about liberated souls? So Prabhupada explains. The omnipotent Lord displays His pleasure potency as the living entities. We are part of Lord's pleasure potency. We are meant to give love to Krishna, to exchange loving feelings to Krishna. The Lord is described in Vedanta Sutras, Anandamayobhyasat. But He is by nature a reservoir of all pleasure. And because He wants to enjoy pleasure, there must be energies to give Him pleasure. I don't know what's happening with this. Sometimes this thing appears in the middle of the screen and doesn't go away. Okay. All right. So, He wants to enjoy pleasure, there must be energies to give Him pleasure or supply Him the impetus for pleasure. This is the perfect philosophical understanding of absolute truth. So, control is control by love, loving exchanges. So you don't have to fear. There's always somebody on my neck, always nooses around my neck. Even if I go Vaikuntha, there is somebody controlling. But that is controlled by love. That is the free society. In that way, and moreover, Bhagavan in the higher realms of Vaikuntha, like Vrindavan, Dwaraka, Mathura, Vrindavan, Puri, He allows Himself to be controlled by His devotees. Because love is developed. Then there is a freedom of control. There is a full trust. There is a full safety. Like that. So this also we have to understand, that no need to be afraid that we are controlled by somebody else. No? Similarly, one may think of Krishna as smaller than the smallest. That is also a kind of greatness. Now Prabhupada explained Anor, Aniyan in different way. If you can be smaller than the smallest, that's great. Who can be smaller than the smallest? No? It's another feature. Prabhupada explained. Krishna can manufacture this gigantic cosmic manifestation, and He can also manufacture a small insect. In a book, one may sometimes find a small running insect smaller than a period. This is Krishna's craftsmanship. Anor Aniyan Mahato Mahiyan. He can create something greater than the greatest and smaller than the smallest. Now human beings have manufactured the 747 airplane, Boeing famous, which according to their conception is very big. But can they produce an airplane as small as flying insect? That is not possible. Actual greatness, however, is not one-sided. One who is actually great can become greater than the greatest and smaller than the smallest. This is another understanding. How this shloka refers to Lord. Again is explained that. So, we have only 4 shlokas left. So we'll do tomorrow. We'll stick to our principles, not to cross the 9 o'clock. Thank you very much, and we'll continue tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.